Hi everyone, welcome to Succeed Services Tutoring. In today's lesson we're going to look at AQA Paper 1 Section 1 for English Language. So as you can see here, we are in the reading section of the paper and we are in question 1. Now make sure you try and answer every question in our paper. So it says, read again the first part of the source from lines 1 to 6. So we're going to highlight lines 1 to 6. And then it says, list 4 things about hyenas from this part of the source. So we're going to highlight 4 things and hyenas, okay? So we're highlighting the keywords. And when you get an exam, you want to highlight them as well. So make sure you highlight lines 1 to 6. And 4 things about hyenas, because if you don't do any of this, you're not going to get the mark. So if you give information from line, say 9, or you only list 3 things, or it's not about hyenas, your marks are going to be impacted. Okay, so we want to focus on those 3 pieces of information. So next, what we want to do is we want to grab our piece of text. So as you can see here, I have screenshotted the source. And what we are going to do is we are going to, again, mark on the page where the lines are. So as you can see, the lines go to up to here and here. So it starts with it and it ends in distracted. So we want to focus on those lines, okay? So anything outside of these lines is not going to get you the marks. Okay. Now, other pieces of advice we're going to bring in are these. So, as you can see, these are our key bits of information. So, let's go our highlighter again. So, what is being marked here is AO1, and that's your ability to identify and interpret explicit and implicit information. And what that means is explicit is information which is more obvious than implicit. Implicit can be deeper meanings of words. So it's basically saying, can you read a text and can you comprehend it? Can you understand it? And can you identify some key parts for me? So it says that we need to focus on specific line numbers, which we have, and you need to know which information to focus on, in which case it is the hyenas. And we only need to provide 4 bits of information, so make sure you only provide 4 parts of it, 4 facts. Okay, make sure they are separate pieces of information. So if it says the old scary castle, you can't say the old scary castle twice. You can only say it once, okay? So you couldn't say the old castle and then your next point be the old scary castle. You would only get old once as a mark. It is worth 4 marks. So you only need 4 pieces of information. So make sure you don't spend too much time on it and don't need to write a lot, okay? They've only given you 2 lines, okay? So you don't need to write a lot. Now, you can paraphrase, but it is better to quote directly from the source. So you can paraphrase, but better to directly quote from the source. Okay, so what kind of answers could we put? So write in the comments what answers you think you could put. So here we could say that the hyenas worried the character. As it says there, it was the hyena that worried me. We could say they attack in packs. You could say they never give up. you could say they are clever. And you could also say they go for zebras, nuts and water buffaloes. Okay, so we could even get rid of this one and move this one there if we want to focus more on the hyenas. So see how quickly I did that in a few minutes. So you only really want to spend around 5 minutes on this. Okay, this is the question that you should spend the least amount of time on. Now it is really easy marks to pick up, so do make sure you focus. And when you get an exam, make sure you underline where the lines are. Okay, so you know where to read from and where to stop. And make sure you only list 4 separate things. Okay, the keywords here are 4 separate pieces of information. Okay, so put any questions in the comments below, and I wish you the best of luck with your exam.